Good morning, I'm Jack, and my wife has told me that she can't find a video anywhere about raising a roof of an old French farmhouse. So I'm making one. She's told me it should be archived really for us and for anybody else who's interested, so I hope you are. I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on, because a lot of the houses in France, the old farmhouses, a lot of the French people, traditionally the old farmers, they didn't live upstairs. They only lived bedrooms, and all the living accommodation is down on the ground floor. So you end up with this sort of problem. This is upstairs, and when they constructed them, they put the beautiful A-frames in. These are solid oak A-frames, purlins, obviously ridge, and as you can see, the A-frame is here, so it sort of makes very difficult to move around. It's such a wonderful space. So what we're doing is I'm raising the roof. Literally, we're going to take the entire roof up for the farmhouse and the section beyond. This gable wall here, that ridge there will go up to match up with the barn next door. That's the barn here, and the ridge that's up there will come along and line up on this gable wall. So I'm going to take this gable wall up, and then obviously with all the new purlins that will go in and the new ridge. I'm doing this section first because one of the challenges that you have with these buildings, a lot of the old stonework, it's actually, they didn't use mortar many years ago. This is just dirt. It's a mixture of clay and water that they would use, and obviously it just dries out dirt clay. Walls are made of sandstone and what they call silex. The silex is just flint. But what you get, because you get obviously the walls move and they breathe, that was the whole idea of using the clay dirt. This particular area, we're in de Sèvres, Charente, and Charente stone was readily available. They would just dig it up out of the woods. You know, we got about 2,000 acres of woods at the back here. So what the old farmers would do, they'd find a vein of silex or sandstone that's in the ground, and they just dig it up and use what they could. So you get walls like this, which obviously is all this will be repointed because that's an internal wall. We'll leave this in, I'll sandblast these, and obviously to bring the roof up, these walls, this one and this one, have got to go up. The other challenge that we have, or I have, is that this part of the building, the actual width of the building here is narrower than the width of the barn. So what we have, this wall comes up, well, it's about a meter or so, 1200, 1300, that's coming up, but the front only comes up about 300, and then I'll off-center the ridge for this place. Now these walls, first of all, so we can, all the walls will go up and it'll be blocked, just block work, concrete blocks. They're concrete pots that are just completely solid, filled with obviously with beton, with concrete. And then these walls will be obviously insulated and plasterboarded on the inside, and on the outside I'll do some sort of shiplap cladding for the rest of the wall that gets built up. Particularly this large section here at the back of it will have all the shiplap. I'm going to make a whole series of little videos, trying to give some pointers along the way. I am a builder out here, and I've done quite a few different projects for people, new build houses, French new build, barn conversions, etc. So I've cut my teeth on a few different French projects, and the building methods here are very similar to the UK. I used to build new homes, custom new homes in the UK, but it's a little bit different here because of obviously the materials you've got, and just the whole way they built stuff. There's no foundations and no footings in these buildings, so consequently the walls are very, very thick. You get walls from 600 mil to 900 millimeters thick, and that's how they obviously the structures were able to take the weight of a roof and everything else. So I'll post a bunch of videos. We'll see what happens. I've not done this before. Not tried to share stuff with anybody on videos, but it should be quite interesting, and it will be beautiful when it's all done. I'll show you different parts of it as we go along. Okay, see you later.